So y'all know how Uzi said it could have killed him. He's 26, turning 27 this year. He's going to be a part of the 27 Club.
Morbid Facts, Part 182. When she was 16 years old, Annalise Michaels started eating her own hands and drinking her own urine while suffering from seizures and delusions. But her devout Christian family denied medical reasoning and instead blamed the devil. She underwent 67 exorcisms and weighed less than 70 pounds at the time of her negligent death. If you're close enough to a nuclear blast, you'll die with no pain because the explosion will kill you faster than your brain can detect pain. This eerie 1986 Twin Towers advertisement speaks for itself. In 1989, a Los Angeles woman received a phone call from her brother-in-law saying that her ex-husband was on his way to kill her. She dialed 911 but was told nothing could be done unless he showed up at her house. Within 15 minutes, he arrived, killing her and 4 other women who were celebrating her 27th birthday. Weird Nature Facts, Part 50. This extremely rare red sprite lightning was captured over Texas last year. This happens when a strong bolt of lightning is positively charged instead of negative. This sprite was estimated to be about 30 miles tall. Jonathan the Tortoise was born in 1832, 5 years before the Victorian era even started. Next year he will turn 190, making him the oldest known land animal alive today. In 2012, French beekeepers couldn't figure out why their bees were producing blue and green honey inside their hives. That was until they discovered that the bees were visiting a local factory that produces M&Ms. Naked mole rats don't feel pain, can survive 18 minutes without oxygen, and are completely immune to cancer. They're also the only mammals that live in colonies like bees or ants, with one large queen mole rat who gives birth to all the others.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
What if I told you that the year might actually be 1724? In the 1990s, several German historians proposed a radical idea that the Middle Ages in fact didn't exist and we are actually living in the 18th century. In 1582, the Pope introduced the Gregorian calendar. Prior to this, most of the world was using the Julian calendar. The Julian calendar had a leap year every 4 years, in which an extra day was added. Since the solar year is technically a little over 365 days, the Julian calendar gains a day every 128 years. To account for this, when the Gregorian calendar was introduced, they should have shifted the date by 13 days. So here we have 2 possibilities. A pope had done the math wrong, 300 years in between then and now don't actually exist, and large chunks of history have been fabricated. But the phantom time hypothesis points out that it's way more than just a pope making a simple mistake. It points out the lack of records of big events.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
Hang on, I have the perfect one. On March 8, 2014, Flight 370 from Malaysia mysteriously vanished. Disappeared from every single radar, was just gone without a trace. So, on March 18th, a guy named Ty uploaded a video to Twitter of what seemed to be a voicemail from Flight 370. The code was in the NATO phonetic alphabet, which read, S, danger, SOS, it is dire for you to evacuate, be caution, they are not human, whole bunch of numbers, SOS, danger, SOS. So, naturally, this drew a lot of attention. Twitter was freaking out. Someone found that if you put the numbers from the voicemail into Google Earth, that they were actually coordinates and gave you a location. This location just so happened to be the last known location of Flight 370 from Malaysia. The recording that Ty received was actually the black box recording from Flight 370. After Ty posted the video and drew a bunch of attention, some weird stuff started happening to him. More in part 2.